Is abortion wrong? That's a great question, and let's tackle it. Let's talk about the word abortion first of all. Now, the word abortion is a very sanitized term. It doesn't sound as bad as murder, does it? No, of course not. Abortion sounds like a medical procedure, and it's actually not just a medical procedure. It is a medical procedure, but it is a medical procedure where the goal of it is to terminate or kill a living baby inside a mother's womb, okay? And I'm going to use the word baby because that's what it really is. Sometimes people they call the baby a fetus, and technically that might be correct, but when you do use the word fetus, in some ways it kind of makes you think that, you know, this baby is not as fully human, or it's not as alive, or it's not as precious. Like it's more like something that's kind of like some people might say a clump of cells, right? It's certainly much more than that, right? So I just want you to be careful about hearing words and allowing it to affect how you think about things. So we're going to use the word baby here. Yeah. So this is a very big debate here in our country. And when it comes to abortion, you got to keep in mind that the majority of abortions are because it could be the mother or the husband or the guy, whoever it is, they don't want the baby, okay? And there could be a lot of reasons for that. Maybe they didn't expect to have a baby, or maybe they feel like, oh, we don't want to have to financially take care of a baby. So there's a lot of different reasons for that. But whatever the reasons are, it doesn't justify murdering somebody. Yes. And abortion really is murder. I'm just calling it murder, okay? Murdering baby is just not okay because it's just wrong. If you can murder somebody, you're not going to have a society pretty much longer. So when Roe v. Wade passed in 1973, it was supposed to be a very rare procedure that's okay, you know? And over the years, the abortion industry got more and more aggressive to the point where they're like, oh, you know, not just first trimester, second trimester, we should have allow people to have abortions too, or third trimester, people should have an abortion too. And we're at a point in some states where, you know, even if the baby survives the abortion, it should still, there should be the right to legally kill the baby. Yeah, isn't that crazy? That is clearly murder at that point. And it's just a very terrible thing because, I mean, how far do you go? How far do you go? It's a very slippery slope. And another question that a lot of people ask is, hey, but when does life start? And that's a great question, because if life starts at conception, and that is my view, then anything past conception would not be okay to abort. Yes. So some people might say, well, abortion isn't murder because it's not, the baby's not born yet. Okay, maybe that's your definition. But I would challenge that notion, because obviously you know in your conscience that something is wrong if you can kill a baby a day before the baby is born, right? Well, just take it back. Just take it back. How about a week before the baby is supposed to be born? Is that murder? How about a month before the baby is supposed to be born? How about 3 months? How about 5 months? How about 8 months before the baby is born? So, as you can imagine, the best definition of when life begins is conception, because that's when things really start, right? Without conception, life doesn't start. You know, the egg and the sperm, they cannot survive by themselves. They need to come together in order to create life. So, and if you're still not sure about when life really begins, I'd say why not err on the safe side here? Because there's a human being here involved. So I actually would encourage you to not think that, abortion is just a procedure. It's actually murder. And as a society and culture, we need to stand against that and be protective of unborn people. So please consider that.